that the person you become is not entirely out of your own hands. You have some control over who you end up as. And what I mean by who you end up as is what you care about. That's really what a person is, as I understand it. A person is their commitments and concerns and values and investments. And so that's who you really are. And to some degree, you control that. I think that our aspirational, like what it is open to us to aspire to is in part a function of our environment. So it's like, I mean, someone might never have heard of classical music, not even know that it exists. Obviously, they're not going to aspire to appreciate it. So there has to be stuff on the table for you as a potential target of aspiration. And those are all like social and structural cultural facts about what aspirations are open to you. And so, for instance, under conditions of oppression, like a really big part of what oppression is the oppression of aspiration. That is not putting a whole set of value options on the table for people.
Can we understand, for example, assimilation of a refugee through aspiration? I like the cultural or political assimilation as a process by which a minority group or people come to resemble to a society in order to feel safer in that sense. Anger can function as a constructive change, such as social reform or political action, but also leading to rash or impulsive actions that may be regretted later. Yet about anger, you believe that we have been debating a wrong issue, right?
Yes, because I think that people have a kind of hope of salvaging the good kind of anger. They're like, oh, well, when people are rash and impulsive, when they're unreasonable and resentful, that's like the bad kind of anger, but there's like the good kind that I feel that's where I'm totally justified. And my thought is that these things that we don't like about the bad kind of anger, they're just facts about anger. They're not. The idea of a good and bad kind is just always going to correspond to the people you agree with and the people you disagree with. So when you say I'm equating anger and revenge, I'm not equating them, but what I'm saying is that anger is a complex disposition, and one part of it is the motivation for revenge. Another part of it is the belief that you were wrong, right? Right. And I think that we somehow have come to imagine that inside of the public sphere, we can just take a lot of license and get as angry as we want, and it won't matter. And worst comes to worst, maybe we'll be exiled from the public space.